Now, there's one thing when I was starting out that was a little bit confusing, but I actually learned it as I went. If you don't know what I'm talking about auto white balance and white balance in general. So throughout this video, you might see the white balance changing a bit, and I'm doing that purposely. I'm doing it manually. So I'm going to give you an idea of how it actually looks and why it's important. And bear in mind, this is also my interpretation of it, and there might be some different ones that you see online or different ways and different opinions, but this is how I interpret it and how I end up using it. And also some places where I actually do use it as well. So let me just get right into auto white balance. Now, auto white balance, people say to lock this off to something specific, but the one time I don't think it's worth it personally is using it at events. And I know it can be very different in certain scenarios at events, but especially times where you just don't want to worry about a bunch of different variables, it's actually useful to have it there, because I personally think that you can fix white balance in some regard later on. You don't need to have it absolutely perfect every time. And I feel like locking it off can actually be worse, because you don't know if you forgot to switch it, or you don't know if it's the ideal look to the scenario. So auto white balance is very useful, and I definitely like white balance. Also means that you can change the temperature in certain things. When I say that, I mean like not really a tint, but you can get the idea of like maybe the wall behind me or something where it's gonna show how skin color looks and how different things look. I'll maybe put like a definition or something on screen now. But for example, like this is kind of on the color grading side, but like, when you see the orangey and the blues and the stuff like that, when there's certain scenarios like a desert's orange and the white or blue is for, like icy places, that is partially because of the temperature, I think. Like the temperature setting, but then also with the color grading and all the other stuff that goes into it. Now, one tip I am going to say, and this is just my personal tip that I have used for different things. Actually, it's like a two-parter kind of thing. So the one thing to do is if you're at an event and you obviously are not going to have time to go and like grade the card or anything, so you can't put like a gray card, you can't put like a color card usually. It's going to be a lot more stressful. It's going to be much harder to do. Personally, I would just put auto white balance, but when you're going into editing, I would actually go and use the color picker tool for the temperature and go to a person's eyeball, because that's usually pure white. Or, which I've used a lot more because it's just a little easier, is a white shirt, a white part of the image, so like clouds or something that is, it's pure white pretty much. That is going to help you basically get the most accurate setting, and will make it much easier for you to actually, have it pretty much as accurate as possible at that moment. Like I said, other ways of doing it, but that's just the way I use it, especially for events, because you can't have all this set up. You kind of just have to go and get it ready right away. And just so you know, these are the different types of temperature settings as well. I'm just going to have it blend through all the way, or you might see the actual values on screen now, but you can get an idea of how like the warmth is versus like the cool parts are as well. So you get an idea of where to use it and how you maybe want to apply it as well. So kind of a quick video, but I thought at least the color picker part was really important to talk about. But I wanted to kind of talk about the other things, because those are also very relevant and very important as well, especially in the context of events and different things. So that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see that cool one, be sure to look at this one over here, or check out the channel right over here. If you want to hit me up on social media or ask any questions, it'll be in the description, comments, or on screen somewhere now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next video. Peace.